Hello, beautiful people. It's your girl Neyssa with XPansive Taste. Here we expand our realities to ultimate greatness and learn to receive the best out of life. So I'm so excited to share this with you. Okay, I'm wearing my wedding dress. Isn't it so glamorous? Okay, I love it. I chose the most glamorous wedding dress ever. Um, but yeah, I figured why not? Like I only wore it once, why not wear it twice? Anyways, um, my husband and I, we had our wedding June 2025. It's currently September, and it's about time I share with you how I was able to have a wedding and it didn't cost $30,000. It was a $6,000 wedding. And yeah, I will just go ahead and start sharing the to-do list, I guess. First thing, venue. We chose a venue, I think it was about $1,200. And what we did is we went to the community center and we pretty much asked to rent the room. The community center in our town, they don't care what you use the room for as long as you just pay whatever the payment is. So I know other places, like if you want to use any kind of ballroom, any kind of place, a garden, once they know the event is for a wedding, they definitely upcharge. So if you need a place and, I actually wanted it to be in the backyard originally, but the backyard just isn't get big enough because our wedding guest list was about 70 people. So 70 people for $6,000. I think that's pretty good. But yeah, so we went to the community center in our town. We asked for the largest ballroom. We looked up whatever, we chose whatever available date there was. And yeah, we had the date, we had the place, $1,200. And the really cool thing is that the lady that registered us for the event, she had pictures of a previous wedding. And so she was able to send me the pictures so that I could see how what kind of floor plan worked, for a wedding using the ballroom. It was about 80 feet, 80 feet by 40 feet. And so she sent me the pictures and I was like, awesome. Now I know how to make this, how to make the floor plan. So now that I knew the time and the place, I had to send the invitations. I did that through Zola.com. And I actually only thought about that because my friend for her wedding, she used Zola.com. And so, yeah, it's free. All you have to do is, create your guest list with just their names, first name, last name, and then you create the website. Very easy. You upload a picture, you put in the date, the time. You can already like automatically put a registry on that website. What else is on the website? Yeah, and the RSVP. So you send the website link to your friends and family. They go to the part where they can RSVP. They search their name. Their name should already be submitted by you. If you don't have, if you didn't submit their name onto the list like before you like send out the website links, then it just won't show up. So you have to be careful that you are spelling their name correctly too. Um, but yeah, you send them the link. They RSVP through the website. They know the time, the place. They see your cute little picture. They see your registry. Let them know when you send them the link. Let them automatically know about your registry. And so, yeah, because people will click on the website and then they'll be like, I don't know, they just won't read or scroll. So you gotta like with the link, text them. This website will show you the link, or it will show you the time, the place, um, the registry, the what else can you put? In the RSVP, the schedule, whatever. Um, I know you could probably put more things on there, but I just did basic RSVP schedule with the time and the place and the registry, and that's it. So the next thing is, I would say, decorations. And so because it is a DIY wedding and you're probably not going to hire anyone to do decorations, you got to just make them yourself or prepare them yourself. Every single one of the items that I bought from Amazon, I have them in a document where you can click the link and, see where you can buy it on Amazon. Pretty much all of the decorations I used for the wedding I bought from Amazon. And the thing I learned is that oh, I forgot to say, the venue, the community center, they automatically provide the chairs and the tables, and they set up the chairs and the table according to the floor plan that you give them. So if you're able to find a community center that does all that, then that is awesome. That is awesome. If not, then you'll have to plan accordingly and order your chairs and tables. But we already had the chairs and tables provided. I just had to choose like which kind of tables I wanted with the floor plan. Like, do I want 5 feet or 4 feet round tables, like 2 banquet tables, 1 6 foot table, all that kind of stuff. And then like where I wanted each one, I'll show pictures of like the floor plans and whatnot. So my wedding colors were white, blue, and yellow. So this is what, this whole list is based out of. But yeah, so I bought like 12 round table cloths about 108 inches. And I chose the 108 inches because on a 4 feet, what's it called? On a 4 foot round table that can seat 6 people, the 108 inches tablecloth will touch the floor. And so I wanted tablecloth to be long enough to touch the floor. Depending on the size of your round tables, it could be a little higher or mid floor length or over the floor. And so I wanted 108-inch round tables for the 4 foot or 108-inch tablecloths for the round tablecloth so it can touch the floor. There are charts that you can find online that can like give you a guideline on what measurement tablecloth to use for each kind of table size. And then I got three 4 packs, so 12 blue table runners. They're satin, I think, or polyester. It doesn't matter. It was shiny material. I wanted shiny material. But then I also got 2 different kinds of table runners because I wanted to RSVP or to reserve the first 2 tables for the closest family members. And so my side of the family and then Marcus's side of the family, each table, 6 people. They had the different tablecloth and some plaques in order to let people know, hey, don't sit here. These are for the parents and whatnot and the siblings. And then I got some ceramic vases. They come with a white ribbon, but I decided to change the white ribbon with some yellow ribbon. I bought the yellow ribbon from Walmart. And then I also got a set of these beautiful, like little blue and white vases. They were all different shapes and sizes. And then I ended up putting, what's it called, some faux baby's breath into those. Oh, and then in the white vases, I put yellow, blue, and white roses, faux silk flower roses. I forget exactly the assortment, but there'll be pictures here. But every single item that I bought for the wedding on Amazon, it's on a document, it's in the description box. So click the link with the document, and it'll have all the links and the photos of the items I bought from Amazon. There are affiliate links, so it would be awesome if you would click on those links and see what you could possibly use for your event. And yeah, so I got blue roses, red, yellow roses, white roses. I got, what's it called? The baby's breath. And then on Amazon, I also bought a set of 30 white chair covers. And I bought 3 of them because, you got to have enough for 70 chairs. And even though I had 70 people at the wedding, I had like 84 seats just to, make sure to leave enough space, leave enough gaps if there needs to be gaps. Something that made it easier for me is that only the first 2 tables were reserved. And then the other tables, it was like, first come, first serve, you sit where you want. and I didn't have to worry about making like a seating chart and try to think about who sit next to who. It's not that important. I just had more than enough chairs and tables to make sure that everybody could just be comfortable. So I also, for the bride and groom table, I really hope I have some good pictures of that. But yeah, I had this fitted blue, royal blue table skirt, and then on top there was like this embroidered rose tablecloth, and that was white. It had like 3D roses on it. Um, yeah. And then behind me, I had a backdrop. So luckily, I already had like a room divider. And I used that as a backdrop. It's not technically supposed to be used as a backdrop, but my room divider was heavy duty enough that I was able to, get a decorator, I was able to get someone to lay it all out. Oh, by the way, I did not help at all for the wedding. I just like wrote everything down. I wrote very clear instructions. I practiced with a couple people for, how it was supposed to look and sent them the pictures, all that. And they were able to set it up. So the morning of my wedding, all I had to do was just get pretty and show up. Hey, this is post recording me talking. I also decided to add a document of all the wedding coordination details so that I could be hands free day of my wedding. So, if you want to know how I planned things out and made sure that I could delegate everything accordingly, then that document lets you know how I overall planned the wedding. So that was really great. And so yeah, I gave them the room divider. They put on the 4 backdrop panels, arranged them prettily, beautifully. Then I also ordered like a 36 white hanging wisteria, artificial flowers for the backdrop. That was able to be spread out to be very cute all together. And then also some 2 yellow flower vines, and that worked out. Okay, so now we're moving on to catering. I'm still gonna be talking about the catering supplies. So I got a white table skirt. I think I ordered 2 of them. Yeah, there were definitely 2 of them. And then there was also, I got paper plates, but in the colors that I like. So my wedding colors were white, blue, and yellow, and so I got some white and blue. What's it called? Paper plates. The set came with 9-inch plates, 7-inch plates, napkins, cups, spoons, forks, knives, straws. The whole deal. The set is for 25 people, and I ordered 4. So there was 100 of everything, and I had it arranged on the guest tables. So the 9-inch plates were for the guest tables, and the 7-inch plates, they were left for the cake at the cake table. And on those plates were yellow napkins, and I put the blue forks, spoons, knives, and straws in the yellow napkin envelopes on the 9-inch plates, and it turned out really pretty. Okay, something else for the catering table that we needed was a 12-pack serving utensils set. So it came with tongs, some spoons, and slotted spoons, and it worked out perfect. Yeah, they're silver, very tiny, or not tiny. They're silver, very good size, good sizing, good for portioning. I still have them. They feel very nice. They have a good weight to them. So to actually talk about the food we had for the wedding, we decided to go for Jamaican food. So we got a Jamaican food restaurant to pretty much do our catering. They delivered it. It was about $1,500. Really, it was like 14 something. It was like 14.25, I believe. But let's just round up to 1,500. And they cooked 3 tins, I guess, 3 tins of rice and peas, 3 tins of jerk pork, or was it just, no, I think it was just pork. I don't know. Pork, I think it was jerk pork. Okay. And then 3 tins of jerk chicken, and 3 tins of rasta pasta. And very good choices. So we had rice and peas, chicken, pork, and pasta. three of each. It was more than enough. It was it was more than enough for all of our guests. And one thing I definitely wanted to do was make it more than enough so that people could take it home. Because the thing about, like, me being Haitian, I feel like most weddings, it's a success if there's food to take home. And so I also got, on Amazon, some 50-pack to go boxes. I think I ordered two 50-pack to go boxes. And yeah, everybody took something home. Everybody was able to do so. And there were even more leftovers that we honestly had to just like throw away because no one was, I couldn't travel with it anymore. I didn't have the fridge space because what happened, okay, doesn't matter. Details don't matter. But anyways, we also had to get, for all the aluminum tins, we had to get some chafing wire racks, or yeah, chafing wire racks, and some sterno cans. So we got a 24 count. Each wire rack will hold um, two food warmers. So the sterno cans that you open it, you light a fire, and then you put it on the wire rack, and then the food comes in the aluminum tins, but then you also have to have extra aluminum tins because the only way the food stays warm is by, you have one tin, you fill it up with some water, and the water is what is keeping the food warm. The water is getting heated up, it's boiling, it's steaming, and so you have the tin with water that's steaming, and then you put the tin of actual food. So there's like, I think one, if you don't understand, you will. Also, the we got a gold cake knife set, and that was for cutting the cake. That was from Amazon, and to decorate the cake, we got cake flour. I got cake flowers from, what's it called, from Amazon. I technically didn't need to buy them. I could have just used the leftovers from my own flowers that were already used, like the white and yellow roses, but I just wanted those specific ones just to see, because they looked like they flared out a little bit more. And we ordered the cake from Publix. Yeah, Publix. That cake was about $250. It was two tiers, and it was like vanilla buttercream with a little design, and it was fine. It was good. It was good cake. Publix cake is good cake. And what happened, the reason why we had to add our own decorations was because we ordered the cake a little short notice. And it was apparently like Father's Day weekend. And so there was like a little competition, and they wouldn't be able to like get the cake decorator really there. And so we had to pick like a more basic design and just add our decorations at the wedding. I didn't do it. Someone else did it. I had to ask for help. Okay. One thing you're going to have to do is ask everybody you can for help. So my cousins, I had my cousin cutting the cake. And serving the cake. I had my other cousin serving the food. One of my cousins was my photographer. My Marcus's cousin was our videographer. My cousin's husband was our officiant. He is what's it called? He is an ordained pastor, and so that worked out. And then what else? Who else did we have working for the wedding? Oh, my best friend was the coordinator, so she knew the whole rundown for everything. I sent her the details. I sent her, the decoration things, the people who were going to be working. Oh yeah, Marcus had some of his guys in charge of like picking up some of the supplies. Like we had extra food from Publix, and other than the Jamaican food, we also had some other things from Publix besides the cake. And so they picked up like the fruits. That we had like a meat and cheese sampler and popcorn chicken. I think that's it. And yeah, they were in charge of just like moving everything, carrying the bins and taking them to the venue, packing the van with the background, with the room divider. And oh, another thing that we had for the wedding, this is like very personal, but Marcus decided that he wanted his best man in a Sonic the Hedgehog costume, so he's like bought a Sonic the Hedgehog costume, what's it called, from eBay. And, I think that was like $300, but it was well worth it. So one thing I really wanted for the wedding, like for years, I've always thought this, like I wanted a custom wedding cake topper. I wanted my wedding cake topper to look like me and my husband. And so I went to Etsy to see, who makes custom wedding cake toppers. And, I found a really good store, I guess, on Etsy. And I sent them the pictures, I sent them the descriptions of how I wanted it to look. And they did a wonderful job. And I got a 4-inch custom wedding cake that looked like me and Marcus. And so it was super, super cute. I still have it. It's one of my favorite trinkets ever. Okay. This dress is also linked on that document. And I got it from Shein. I know. This beautiful dress came from Shein. I couldn't imagine that, you know, this would just like be available for the price that it was available. I think it was $160. And I don't know how this dress costed me $160. I don't know. I'm just that lucky. But the price has gone up. I believe the last time I looked at it, it was like 280 already. So the price has gone up as far as I know. Hopefully it's still available. The link is there. Go check it out. See it for yourself. Yeah, I did have to get it tailored, which actually costed me $120. And so yeah, because like it was a little too loose at the top and too long. And so I had it trimmed from the bottom and then also tightened up on the chest area. And the reason why she mentioned that, she was charging a bit more because she would have to do it by hand because of all the embroideries. Like you can't put this through a machine. And she did a good job and I love it. It fits beautifully. Some other things I bought from Amazon that were like dress related is I got my Spanx, my shapewear from Amazon. The link is there. I also got what's it called? A 20-inch V-part human curly hair wig. It's not this. It's another wig that I wore on my actual wedding day. So that's linked too. And I got like a hair piece. Oh, I should have worn it. But yeah, I got like this gold beautiful hair piece. And I also put my dress in the wedding dress garments. It was probably, I don't know, I think it was the best one I could have bought from Amazon because it had like compartments. So like I was able to put my shoes, my jewelry, my sticky bra. I was able to put everything that I needed to change into like my second dress. Because I had another dress that I wore for actual dancing because one of my priorities for my wedding was I wanted to be able to dance. And so, yeah, dancing, music, let's get on that. So, what I did is that I went to Thumbtack to look for a DJ. So yeah, I went to Thumbtack and I looked up who was in the area, who would do weddings for the price that I wanted, I guess. And I was able to find a good DJ. He, even though he lived like 2 hours away, he was all like, he was like, I'd be happy to perform to, be the DJ at your wedding. And he was a really good DJ, okay? Very professional, very professional. And I think it costed $425, which is like insanely good. Yeah, because a lot of DJs are charging at least like $1,000 or something. But he and we talked, and I was letting him know, like, hey, like this is a DIY wedding. My husband and I actually already got married in the courthouse. This is just like a family event, pretty much for for our friends and family, just to witness the wedding. But we already did the whole courthouse thing. This is just a 3-hour party, pretty much. I guess that's also a detail I should have mentioned earlier. My husband and I, we already got married December last year, December 2024. Had our wedding 6 months later. The DJ, he did ask me to send me a song list, and so I tried to make things easy, and I made a playlist on YouTube, and then I shared the link of the playlist with him, and then I also wrote out which songs I wanted to play when, like which song do I want playing when I want to walk down the aisle, which song to play after we say I do, and then I also said, okay, after you run through these songs, you can also play like some Haitian compa, some Afro beats, whatever, just like, things to keep the party moving, all that stuff. And he did his job. That was great. Okay, so going back to like fashion and whatnot, I got a lash extension kit from Amazon, and those, I still have it. But yeah, those worked really well. I wore those lashes for my wedding, because I thought, they would last longer. And so my cousin, she installed those for me. And then I also got a sticky boob bra from Amazon. I've just seen like TikTok marketing it, whatever. Like it's you put it on boob, put the other one on boob, and then you can like hook it together, and like, it gives like a push up effect. It works really well. It works incredibly well. It definitely gives you a push up effect, even though it's backless. It's a backless sticky bra that you could hook together. It's perfect. Um, and then I also included the bathing suit I bought from Amazon because the wedding was a daytime wedding, and I wanted to do an extension of the wedding, which was the after party. So there was a nearby resort that I invited some of my very close friends and family to, and yeah, we just had a good old adult time, uh, at the pool party and at the resort. And so yeah, because like there was no alcohol at the wedding. It was a daytime wedding, like 11 to 3, no alcohol. But after party, that was lit. The after party, that was actually like another $2,000, I believe. But that's not included. Okay, I'm talking about the actual wedding event. That was $6,000. So overall, we were able to save a lot on the wedding because we used the community center as our venue, and they provided the chairs and the tables, and we just had to put up the decorations ourselves and clean up ourselves. And then, friends and family, they helped with the photos, the videos, the food, the the picking up, catering or whatnot. And then what else? Um, all the decorations, they were prepared by me and my employee, and yeah, we made the vases, made the napkins, all that, put them in bins, organized everything so that it would be ready day of. And the bins were appropriately labeled to keep things organized, like flowers in this bin, tablecloths and runners on this bin, the backdrop or the bride and groom table stuff in this bin, the catering and food stuff in this bin. Yeah, I think there were about 4 bins. Oh yeah, we also had to buy coolers. I think we bought coolers from Walmart. Yeah, we bought 2 coolers from Walmart. Um, and we just had those filled with like water bottles and mini soda cans. And yeah, that worked well. And let's see. Oh yeah, and that the cost of ice and whatnot. This we bought the coolers that were like, I think just $20 a cooler, but they were pretty large. I don't know. Um, and yeah, we got blah 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 flowers from Amazon, and we got catering from the Jamaican food restaurant. That was about $1,500, and some additional catering from Publix. So the nibbler platter with the meat and cheese, and the popcorn chicken, and the cake, that was from Publix. I know the cake was $250. I think everything else like with the platters, the fruit and all that stuff, that was maybe $180. I don't quite remember. But it couldn't just be hot Jamaican food. It also, we had to had some sides, and popcorn chicken for the kids or something. And yeah, my cake topper from Etsy, that was $150. And my dress, my accessories, my wig, my sticky bra, my lashes, that's all in the list, okay? Click the link in the description box that has the document of all the things I bought from Amazon. And yeah, see what you might want to pick up. And I actually did document my wedding planning journey, from like 70 days before the wedding and whatnot. And it's like a countdown. Like there are 3 videos, they're very like condensed. So like video 2, I think is like at least 20 days or whatever. But if you want to see that journey, I will tell you right now, wedding planning is stressful, okay? It is very stressful. I wish it wasn't. I really do. I can't lie to you and say that it doesn't have to be, because it probably will be, especially because I don't know, sometimes the support in the during, it's not really there. The support is more there like the first 2 weeks before the actual, or the last 2 weeks before the wedding, That's when they're like, oh, hey, I'm just calling. What do you need? How can I help? Blah, blah, blah. But it's not there 2 months. It's not there 3 months, okay? And so I know it's going to be a very lonely journey, and your man might not get it. He will not get it. He'll just think, oh, it's just decorations. It's just, I don't know. It's just a guest list, blah, blah, blah. It's easy. Just do it. And I'm just letting you know, I've been there. If you see my journey, you will see how hard it is and how beaten up I was by the end of it. But the wedding happened. I had a glamorous, fun time. Everybody had fun. It was so fun. It was so fun. I really let loose. Once it was over, you know, it was worth it. I'm really happy I had the wedding. There were some moments where I wanted to give up, but it happened, and I'm glad it happened. So that is all, beautiful people. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah, please like, comment, share, subscribe. Click the links, okay? Click the link with the documents. Look at all the things I bought from Amazon. See what you want for yourself. And that is all, beautiful people. I send you my love. Mwah. Bisous.